Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California, and I'm going to talk about a special hummingbird feeder that can be very, very dangerous for the birds that we have around here that may feed from these. A lot of us have seen these beautiful blown glass hummingbird feeders, but here's the issue. They have one or two tiny holes that you have to fill the hummingbird nectar inside, and then when it goes to cleaning them, there's absolutely no way to do the entire sphere on the inside. Oh, you can put some salt or vinegar or whatever you want, and no soap because you can't get it out, and shake it up. But it will continue to grow some mold on the inside that may not come off. You may kill all the bacteria and everything on there, but it will work its way back quickly because since you can't get to it, it creates like a fuzz on the inside, and as soon as you hang it up and if the sun hits it, remember, glass gets hotter than plastic, it will start to grow. Now, there's a lot of other glass feeders that are fantastic. You can get the small jar-like ones. I use those once in a while. At least the whole top opens. You can get your hand in there or a sponge or a brush and you can clean it. Easy to clean, but not these. But what do you do if a special friend gave it to you for a birthday, an anniversary, whatever, just because they love you and they know you love hummingbirds and you don't want to toss this out? Well, I'm going to show you how you can take this dangerous hummingbird feeder and turn it into something that the hummingbirds are going to love, as well as be able to feed out of it safely. Let's go inside and I'll show you what we can do. And that rooster knows the same thing. We can do this. So there is a beautiful glass blown feeder. Isn't that gorgeous? Usually comes with 2 flowers. This one only had 1, but that's not the point. It's gorgeous. It's a piece of artwork, but you have to be careful with it. They do break. But here's the thing. You cannot physically clean them completely. I mean, would you give your brand new baby a bottle that you can't wash the inside, that you would have to just fill the baby bottle with water through the nipple, shake it, and then try to rinse it out? No, you would never do that. We drink out of glasses. Everything we use for ourselves has some way of cleaning it. Well, you can't really get in there and do a scrubbing. And eventually, mold, bacteria, things build up. And though we can shake it and get as much out as possible, it's still going to have a film inside. But we could do this to it. We could change it and use it differently. But I've got a whole lot more we're going to do. Now here I'm taking my flash fish because I don't want to bend down on the ground. I plugged in my glue gun, and with a glue that is good for plastic, and I use Sure Bonded, you can fill the inside of a straw. Now this is a very regular small sipping straw, just anything you can get at any restaurant, and it's got to be small enough to go through the hole that's on the glass hummingbird feeder. That's all you need to check, and pretty much I have seen that all of them work, but definitely check it. We're going to fill each side of the hole with the glue, the hot glue. And these are non-toxic, by the way, so it's perfectly safe to use. And kind of turn the straw a little bit, so if it forms a ball, it won't drip down, that's all. But we just want a little bit on the inside. Now, that's pretty much it. Now we're going to bring back the feeder, and look what I did with this. I filled it with water, because that we can do, and I put in fresh flowers that I had in the garden today. Is that not gorgeous? But I want to use this as a hummingbird feeder. I mean, we want to make the people who gave it to us, because I'm sure us hummingbird lovers would never go out and buy one of these, because we would look at it and go, how in the world are we going to clean it? But again, people that are buying gifts usually don't think about that. So we take the straw now that we put on each side the glue, and we're going to stuff it in there. And I have found in this particular instance that the flowers can help hold it in place, but I've got something better in a minute. Now I'm going to give you a few different ways of doing it. This was my first one, and then I did it again differently. But right now I'm taking some straws, very much like I do for all my water fountains, and I'm going to slice the straws so I can slip them on to make this straw thicker because it was very thin. But I couldn't get a jumbo straw in here. So by slicing it and then slipping it onto the straw, what I've done is I've made my straw thicker on the outside. And now when it sits there, it's not going to fall. See how it falls? I don't want it to fall, though it probably would work anyways. I'm trying to build it up. This is me strategizing. This is how I do a lot of my things. You know, I go and I start working at it. I've got it done in my head. It's got it all mapped out. The drawing is done. Nobody can see it but me. But then when you start to work on it, kind of like an engineer, you start to figure out there's better ways of doing things. This is the way you want to build things. A lot of you crafters know that. You start crafting and you start thinking of better ways. Oh, we could do it this way. We can bend it this way. We can do something completely different. Well, this was my first take on it. I love the flower idea. If you wanted to do nothing else with it, you could just use it as a vase. And the birds will love it because if you put fresh flowers in there, the hummingbirds will come to feed on it. Isn't this beautiful? So now the straw sits really good. I've cut the straw in half, so I have 2 straws now. Each one's got a cork with the hot glue. And now I take a pipette or an eyedropper. This is nectar that I made, homemade nectar, 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar and 1 cup of water, stirred till it's dissolved. And now we're going to fill the straw. Is this not cool? Is this going to be a pain for me with thousands of hummingbirds? You betcha. But if you don't have that many, this could last you all day. This would be beautiful to hang outside. But yes, I'm filling the straw until it just starts to drip over. Don't worry, I've got a few other things coming here in a minute. But this is the quick, easy, fast fix if you want to just watch the hummingbirds come to it. So now the straw is completely full and you go hang it outside. And do they come check it out? Yes, they do. They feed from the flowers. They're going to feed from the straw when they find it. And it may take them a few moments to find it. They sure know flowers, so they're going to feed on the flowers right away. Like I said, you could use it just as a vase. But see how they came to check it out? Now he's looking, or she's looking right now to see if there's any other place. Isn't that cute? She's using it as a perch. She's looking to see if where's the nectar. She knows me. I put things out and they know that, oh, she's hidden somewhere. Where is it hidden? We've got to find it. And so they kind of looked around, and of course they're feeding on all their other feeders because that's what they're used to, and those are the best ones. They're cheap. They're $4 at Walmart, and the birds absolutely love it. As you can see here, even the orioles. I make the holes a little bit bigger for the orioles, but they know there's food there. So I went back to the drawing board. Look at them still trying out the window. I thought I can't do this to them. So I'm either going to use it as a vase or I'm going to use it a different way. So here I'm taking a yellow jumbo straw and I'm going to make it where the flower that came with it will slip over the straw. See? Now it's going to stay nice and snug. See, it won't fit in. It's got a little spout there kind of, that tucks into the glass, but it won't fit into the straw. But the straw is split. That's okay. The straw isn't going to hold anything. All I want to do is make sure that the flower doesn't slip up or down. I want it in a certain position. So I'm back to my hot glue, and I'm going to put it all the way around the top of the straw. See how this is going on? And then when I'm done with that, you'll see right here, there we go. I'm slipping it over, but not completely. We don't want to block the hole, the straw. Now it's in place because now the straw has been pushed up into the hot glue and I'm waiting for it to cool. See, it's going to stay in place. And now what do you think we're going to do with it? I'm going to go back outside. Now I'm going to do this a little differently like I did the first straw. I have to figure out how long I want it, because when I cut this straw, I've got to make sure that the small straw that's in there with the nectar, and it's holding fantastic because we corked it, it's going to be close to the top. Yes, hummingbirds have long tongues, but there are some feeders that are just too deep that they cannot feed from them. So we've got to think about that because all our hummingbirds are different. Some have longer beaks, some have longer tongues. So we want to accommodate as many of the hummingbirds we have around here because each little species and subspecies can be different. And sometimes each bird can be a little bit different. Now see what I'm doing here? I am slipping the straw, the yellow one, over the straw that's got the nectar. See, I'm hoping you can see this. Now because I made a slit all the way up, I can push it in to the hole and then it will be nice and snug. It's not going to go anywhere at all. Is that not beautiful? So we've added some more color and now we've added the straw with the nectar. Look at this. I'm telling you in 30 seconds when I walked away, I mean, look at the flowers, same flowers. They're still there. They haven't drooped or anything. That hummingbird found it. I mean, she was coming by and he was coming by and it's like, where did she hide it? We know she hid some nectar somewhere. But they had to figure out where it was. Well, they've never seen a straw before like that, but they can recognize a red flower. This was really an easy fix. And what is good about this is if you do receive this for a gift, you can sit there, smile and say, this is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. My hummingbirds are going to love it. And it won't be dangerous because you're going to feed them through that straw. You're going to hang it out there. And these blown glass feeders are a beautiful work of art. And I hope this gave you some ideas on what you can do. And one last little thing, I put my own wire on and see, it might be sharp at the end where I curled it because the wire that I had looked like it might break. So I put a dab of hot glue on there. So now there's a ball of glue and it's not sharp and nobody will get hurt. I am very pleased with this. I think it looks beautiful. So I hope I've given you some thoughts on what we can do with these special gifts we get. Instead of tossing them, we can use them as a vase. And we can make them into a hummingbird feeder that is safe. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow and feed the hummingbirds if you have them. Bye-bye.